Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back into another video. Today, I didn't know how to do this. I wanted to come off as gentle as possible, but man, there is some people that just don't understand the concept of min-maxing. There is a low point and a high point to how you progress in any kind of game, and especially with one like this where resources are not infinite, you need to be careful the way you go about it. Now, am I saying just don't do anything right now? Hell no. Hell no. You need to invest. But let me take you how I would go about it. I feel like is the most proper way whenever it comes to min-maxing. And we'll go a little bit into all of the details of the nuances and stuff like that. Let me go ahead and switch over. Um, so first and foremost, we're talking about echoes. Echoes are the main topic right here. This is the last video that I'm gonna make specifically on echoes, how to gear them and everything like that, when to level them, when not to level them, how to save your resources, all of that in here. Anyways, I'm done yapping. So this is my ideology, which I feel like is the concept of min-maxing to its purest form. Now, I know the obvious definition is your min-maxing is basically making sure you have the most optimal chance of completing whatever task you're trying to accomplish with the stats, equipment, weapon, character level, all that stuff that you have available at that moment. Now, let me take you through my concept. And this is what I've been doing, and I feel like I've progressed a decent amount. The things that I'm lacking in is map exploration, which has nothing to do with min-maxing. So let's not attribute that to that. Let's just be real here and talk about the subject at hand. Whenever it comes to echoes, what my first goal was when I unlocked Union level 30 was I wanted to seek out and get enough. Actually, let's get off of this screen right here. Let's go into the backpack real quick. I wanted to seek out as many echoes as possible. I went through merging. I've deleted a few and stuff like that, which was mistakes. But here's the concept: is gather as many of the 5 cost echoes as you possibly can. Get as many of the 3 costs and the bosses and stuff like that to guarantee that you are getting the main stat for your set. So what do I mean by that? If we go into one of our characters, we'll just go ahead and take a look. And we're going to use Encore for an example, because she's a perfect example for this. I wanted to have a Inferno set, or a fire element set, a wind element set, electric, spectro, havoc, healing, and then one of the other one just in case down the road something comes out to where it makes sense. So what I did was I made sure that I went and I found one of every main stat that would go to this. And not only one, I found like 2 or 3 in some cases and stuff like that, but my goal was to find one. Why? Because that's truly all you really need to get to the mid-end game that we have available right now, that you would even be able to accomplish anyways as a free-to-play player, or even as like a light spender. Obviously, this video is not made for whales, and it's also not made for people who are just going to take this information and throw it over their head and not try to actually listen and reason with what I'm trying to come with. So anyone who's trying to learn, I feel like this is the absolute best method. You go and you get 1 set, or possibly 2 sets if you have the time to farm. I'm trying to be respectful of the people that might not play 8 to 10 hours a day. That way, if you're playing 1 to 2 hours a day, or whatever time you have allotted to the game, this will make sense for you, and then you can move forward over time, because you're going to be lagging behind regardless if you're trying to min-max right now. I promise you're going to waste stats. You're going to get upset, and you're not going to get the stuff that you want, because that's not how RNG works. If you get lucky, great. Then you have a piece that you can keep forever. But this method will allow you to move into the late game seamlessly. So let's get into it. So once we go ahead and accumulate one of every one of the main stats that we want, and I'm just going to go through and actually show a couple characters. That way you can see what I'm talking about. We'll go to Calcharo. Again, crit rate, electro damage, This one I am still searching for. I probably have something that I can switch it with. I just haven't looked through, but we're going for electro damage right there as well. We have attack, all the same set. Let's move on to the rover. Same thing. We got a full 5 havoc set. We have the crit rate main stat, havoc, attack. Onto the main team, we have Mortefi, which is the support set. The Moonlit, which is crit rate, energy regen, fusion damage. I could switch this to energy regen, or I could switch that to fusion damage if I wanted to. I feel like, having a diversity of those two makes up for the lack of damage that he's actually going to put out. It just makes him more resourceful. And to be honest, we're going to get into something else. It just something just came up into my mind as well that we'll add on to. But anyways, next one, a full set here. Didn't build any of these. A full set here with all the main stats and everything that we want. Left this blank. Full stat here, just for holders. Nothing here, nothing here, nothing here, and I believe nothing there. So anyways, what is the goal of this? Now that we're done going through that section, the goal is to get as much stats as possible. Now, your main stats that you're looking at, we're getting 22% crit rate plus the attack. We're getting the elemental damage plus some more attack. You can do attack percentage or elemental damage plus the attack, and attack. So just with those base stats, not even looking at the substats, you will have a solid character already. Because the way this game works is you're utilizing the swap synergy of your characters to add on extra buffs on top of that. Not only that, everywhere in the entirety of the game, except for the Tower of Adversity, we have food buffs available. And those food buffs are freaking crazy. And you can eat 2 of them. So if you have attack and crit, you can also eat a defense or an HP if you want to. If you're struggling, that's completely up to you if you want to do that. I would suggest trying to clear the content without the food buff. And then if it proves difficult, go ahead and get the food buff. With that being said, you need to farm out your cooking. It's very important, as I've just stated, because it supplements all these stats that you're trying to search for when min-maxing. The very important ones, at least, like crit rate and attack, HP, defense, stuff like that. Those, obviously, you don't want to roll on a set like HP and defense unless it is suited for the character. But you have the attack and crit rate, and then you could be a little bit more beefy if you're a donkey at dodging, or if you're just not a tryhard and you just want to have fun with the game, you have a little bit more, essence to your character. So what do we do next? Once you have the main slots, level them up. Who cares what substats you get? You have 5 different echoes. I guarantee on one of those 5 echoes, you're going to roll something that's valuable. I guarantee on every echo, you will roll at least 1 or 2 substats that is in some way, shape, or form going to benefit your character. And if you don't, then you just have absolutely bad luck. It doesn't matter. Your main stat is still there on the echo. The reason I'm saying this is because a lot of people are trying to level up an echo. They level it up enough to get 1 unlock or 2 unlocks. They see what the substats are, and then they trash that echo, and then their resources are 75% still there. They're losing 25%. Why lose that 25%? Just utilize it right now. Level up 5 echoes for 1 of each class. The only class that I would say, let me think about this for a second. The only classes I would say that you could possibly want 2 sets of is Havoc, if you wanted to do the Havoc MC and a Donjin combo. Possibly, support if you wanted to have 2, but even then, you're not really ever using 2 supports in the same scenario, so it wouldn't make sense. And with the supports, I'll be honest, you don't really need to level any of them up. Dude, I'm pretty sure my Verena is all at level 0. And I've been able to achieve a great deal by using her because we don't need stats on her unless we're seeking out those healing bonuses and stuff like that. And in that case, just level up the main one. This one right here that gives the healing bonus, go grab you one of these bad boys. Purple, yellow, doesn't matter. Level up the healing bonus and get it. But this is what you're looking for right here, is the bonus that the Echo provides and the bonus that the set provides. Those are just as valuable. Those are valuable enough. Let me rephrase that. They're valuable enough to take you into mid-late game. I have little to no resources left because I've leveled up a ton of different echoes and made this mistake. That's why I'm talking about it now, because I've realized, what the hell was I doing? I should have just been doing this. But I'm out here listening to other people talking about min-maxing and stuff like that, and it threw me off my thought process in game. And I'm like, well, shit, let me try to min-max because I have all these resources available. I bought the battle pass and everything like that. I promise you, as free to play, you can get if you started day one, if you're free to play and you didn't mess around and waste all your resources and stuff like that, you've been conservative, I promise you can get 5 good sets. 5 good sets that you can use, one of each class, to take you into mid to late game. Let's go ahead and take a look what we've accomplished by doing this method, or assuming that we did this method, because yeah, I haven't put resources into like trying to min max. More, I just leveled up too many sets where I really wasn't using any of those characters. I was just trying to prepare them if I wanted to. For the tower, you are going to need 2 to 3 teams. I would say reliably, probably 2 reliably to get through everything. If you're, decent at dodging and decent at comboing and stuff like that and getting your skills off in the correct order. But we've been able to get 6 and 9 on this one. And obviously in the first one, we got 12 and 12. We've been able to accumulate about 50%. I would say a little bit over 50% of the rewards available. We're missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of these rewards right here, which even then, 2 of them are coming from us beating that, which we're never going to do right now because it's all level 100, unless there's some, way to cheese this, which I'm not about that. I want to go with it in skill and just have my character there and stuff like that, and not just do the cheese route. I feel like that's, it's up to you. If you want to do that just to get the resources, man, more power to you. You get more resources early, but there's going to be more difficult stuff that comes out where those cheeses don't work. So please, take the time to get better at the game. If you're enjoying it, take the time to like learn skills and everything like that. If we go into the exchange, we've got most of the important things that we would want. Here we can grab a couple more of these. I'm not low on these. I have like almost, how much do we have available right now? I have a pretty good amount of those tuners available still. Let's go ahead and look. And this is just from clearing the map. Just going around the map and knocking everything out. We still have 354 of these bad boys available. And with the Echo tuners, what do we have right here? We just got 2 of those left. Yeah, that's Resonator. We got 2 of those left. But we still have our stamina, I believe, for the day. About 175. And then plus I have 2 of these bad boys ready to go. So we have the ability to farm the stuff that we need right now. Don't make the mistake of trying to push too hard to stay up with all these other content creators and you see. I promise you, they're playing minimum 5, 6, 7 hours a day. So it's not relatable. And they're rolling multiple accounts to make these, mistakes and stuff that they're doing, which is great because they're bringing you the content for you to understand those things. But don't look at how they're performing versus you're performing. Understand that if you get 1% better every day, like a little bit more stats every day, a little bit more progression in the tower or the holograms or just more echoes that you farmed or cooking materials and stuff like that, by the end of 1 month of playing, I promise you we'll all be there. We'll all have 6 characters with probably, I would say, 50%, unless you're lucky, 75 to 80% best in slot gear. Like, this game is very rewarding if you play it correctly. If you're trying to rush, then you're going to be in a world of pain because you're just going to be upset all the time that you're not able to progress as fast as everyone else. If you have any disputes on this, please let me know down in the comments. I truly cannot think of an idea out there that could combat this idea in an intellectual way to help you progress. This is not meant to bash anyone or hate on anyone. I'm trying to bring this information. I'm frustrated because I feel like I tried to relay this already, but I guess we didn't do a good job. So we're relaying it again. And hopefully you understand this time that going for min-max doesn't mean getting max on week 1. Take your time with the game. Enjoy it. I promise you, as you level up, there was someone who hit Union level 40,
and they were complaining that the tuners only increased from 1 to 2 to 2 to 3. Well, now you're guaranteed 2 with the chance of 3. I'm sorry, the experience 2 to 3, and then the Echo tuners is 15 now. So 2 to 3 of those doing 4 runs, you're getting about, let's say, worst case scenario, 9 to 12. You're getting 9 to 12 with the day's worth of stamina. That's more than enough to bring up, with everything else you're getting, 1 or 2 echoes a day, which doesn't feel like a bad deal. And that's only Union level 40. We still got Soul level 6, 7, and 8 to go, which is just going to be more of an increase every time. So sit back, relax, allow yourself to enjoy everything. Stop stressing about min-maxing so early in the damn game. It just doesn't make any sense. So please take this as you will. I'll see you guys in the next one.